Back in 2010, mere days after I joined engineering, I learned that Facebook exists. I got off Orkut immediately and joined Facebook, like many others were doing back then. Over the course of the next 7 or so years, I spent a lot of time wasting my energy in meaningless conversations and debates on social media, primarily Facebook. Things escalated in mid 2017. It had been about 6 months since I had left my job at Tech Mahindra and was jobless, sitting at home, earning no salary at all. When a person has no salary, no job, no direction in life, what they do most is spend their time on social media arguing with strangers. And that's exactly what I did. I was at home getting bored, but I was going to bag a job, a government job, about 7-8 months later. But at that point in time, I had yet to start preparing for that job. The 2017 ICC Champions Trophy tournament started. I had stopped watching cricket in 2007, but somehow, probably because I was bored, started watching cricket again. India was doing pretty well in the tournament. We beat Pakistan in the group stage and my interest was piqued. I watched India thrash a number of nations including South Africa and then Bangladesh in the semi-finals. And then there was time for the big final against Pakistan. By this point, I had spent the past 15 or so days arguing with strangers over the most meaningless topics in regards to the Champions Trophy. I was mostly arguing with Pakistani fans. Back then, Rashid Latif, former Pakistan wicketkeeper, and Virender Sehwag, Indian legend, had started an argument online. And Sehwag ended up calling India Pakistan's Baap, Pakistan's father. He had the support of millions and millions of jobless Indian fans, including me, who used to spend their entire day engaging in meaningless debates on social media. My obsession with arguing with strangers on social media was on an entirely different level at that point. It was almost a given that India was going to easily beat Pakistan in the finals and lift the 2017 Champions Trophy. And then the day of the final arrived. Pakistan scored about 330 plus runs and convincingly defeated India. This was a huge shocker. Over the next couple of days, Pakistani fans trolled Virender Sehwag and many other overconfident Indian legends like there was no tomorrow. And then it finally dawned on me. I had spent the past 2 weeks or so arguing with strangers online and it didn't lead to anything. I got absolutely nothing out of it. I wasted tens and tens of hours. India had lost the final and I was still jobless. That was the moment when I realized that one of the most idiotic things a person could do is to argue with strangers online over the most meaningless stuff. It has been 7 long years since that day, that final between India and Pakistan. I have stopped spending a lot of time on social media, stopped arguing with strangers online. If by chance someone makes a comment that I didn't like, I simply close the app and ignore it. I can't explain in mere words how much ignoring social media and not engaging in arguments online has improved my life.